Hello, hello. Welcome, esports fans. It is week 6, League of Legends, Post University versus Bridgewater College esports. We are setting up for the draft of the first game of the match. So why don't we hop on over and take a peek at what the other teams are planning. So let's get up over on this draft side. So today we have on Post University's side, in top lane, we have KeltheKelp. In jungle, we have Dissident. In mid, we have Drewskii. ADC, we have Neon Toxin. And support, we have Chixxa. For Bridgewater, we have Rozak in top, Dr. Blue Jay in jungle, Winner in mid, Chu in ADC, and Starhat in the support. So we're starting off, and it looks like Post University is taking out Mordekaiser and Pantheon, whereas Bridgewater is taking out Zyra and Fiddlesticks. Starting off with an ADC pick for both sides, we have Caitlyn for Post and Jhin for Bridgewater. Going for the long range and high damage. Following with a Lux to support that long range pick. Okay, so we're seeing Morgana being picked to play the support for Caitlyn, which is quite good because she can provide a lot of like safety and disengage and kind of reduce the amount of poke that the Caitlyn can take, where she can do quite a bit of hefty damage on her own. She doesn't necessarily need the backup damage. Two more bans coming in from each team. Heimer and Ari for Bridgewater. Do you mean the my voice or the game audio? Because the game audio doesn't have any sound currently. Here, I'll put on a little bit of royalty-free music. By the way, hello, hello, Kel. Volibear and Warwick. Garen and Kayn. 4 very big, potentially meaty characters, depending on if Kayn decides that he wants to go with Rost or Shadow Assassin. And then, coming in with the Vex and the Xerath. This is a very, just tanky, high damage game coming from both sides. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like both teams are going to be going quite heavily into, you know, trying to just pick off priority targets. I think that Post has a little bit more of a, like, strong grouped team fight potential with Morgana, Kayn, Garen, and then Vex. But I think all in all, a lot of their damage is going to be, you know, focused on trying to get that Jhin or the Xerath in the backline. Whereas Bridgewater, between, you know, Jhin, Lux, and Warwick, are going to be going for those picks where they just try and snatch up someone and just mow them down as quickly as possible. Okay, let's bring this down and we can see the draft taking place. Now, we've already gone through the draft, as you saw on the screen, so this is just them setting up the game for the actual game. The reason it's done that way is to just make it so that way there's no confusion when picks are ready and done, and, you know, everybody knows what's going on. All right, so we are kicking off this set. Thank you very much, Kel. So now we just need to wait for that oh so wonderful spectator delay. So based on my experience, I would say that I would think that Lux and Jhin have a lot more poking potential in the bot lane, but Caitlyn and Morgana have a lot more early kill potential just because of the combination of root, which lasts up to 2 seconds, and then you have Caitlyn trap ready to come in and just, you know, trap them, give her a free crit, and just do a ton of damage. Vex and Xerath do a lot of burst in both directions. If Drewskii can keep himself from taking too much poke from the Xerath, once he hits 6, it should be pretty easy to just go all in because he's quite immobile.
Does your home have electric baseboard or in-floor heating?
I don't know that Garen and Volibear, if they're both careful, they can probably just outlast each other for a very long time. They can both take a lot of damage, heal a lot of damage, deal a lot of damage, and it really just comes down to, you know, who gets the support from their jungle the most. And seeing Dissident on Kayn in this matchup, I have to wonder if he's going to go Rost or Shadow Assassin. Personally, as good as I think Shadow Assassin would be for taking out, you know, Xerath, Jhin, and Lux, I feel that they could really use the frontline bruiser of Rost in combination with more crowd control from him to really make use of, you know, his skill set in this team. Ah. Okay. Here we go. Ha. There we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Looks like the red team is pinging, expecting a bit of an invade going into their red side jungle. But so far it just seems that Post is keeping it, you know, pretty typical. But they have put Kel in the bot lane.
Minions have spawned.
I don't even know how I didn't notice they had a lane swap going on. A good leash for Dr. Blue Jay over on the red side. Already seeing some of that, you know, mid-poke that I was talking about from Xerath. Getting that early fear on for the passive proc. So now we're going to have to see how the Volibear holds up against the, you know, the typical bot lane of Post. And how KeltheKelp can hold his own against Starhat and Chu. Using a lot of dodging and weaving to get around that Lux route. Already shoving Rozak to their tower to just put as much pressure on as they can. I think there's going to be similar experiences in the top and bottom lane where they're just going to have to try their best to get whatever farm they can while they just try not to get poked down too much. A good route from Morgana. Chixxa just landing that one straight on, and Neon following up with the Caitlyn Q. Ooh, we saw a similar reaction with Kel. Dissident going in for the early jungle, he stole the red, going in on Warwick, such an early level. Very bold move. Gets the flash, but Warwick follows him over and gets the first blood anyway. What an unfortunate circumstance. If he had waited just a little bit longer, he might have had enough health and the backup from his ADC and support to really like get that kill and keep the red. And Warwick with an early advantage is something that can be really, really devastating. Turning down the music, or turning off the music so that way we can focus on the game. Drewskii feeling very confident about being able to consistently dodge that Xerath Q and land his fear combo. But it seems like Warwick is on his way up to mid lane, so he's going to have to be very careful he doesn't get caught out. Excellent fear, though he has to take the poke in order to get away. Chixxa and Neon are doing an excellent job at keeping the pressure on Rozak, so he can't get a whole lot of farm. They're also keeping him poked down, which the advantage of Kel being Garen means that even if he does get poked, if he just sits back long enough, he can stay in lane, he doesn't have to retreat, he can't really get dived very easily. Ooh, Chixxa boldly taking 2 tower shots to try and stop Rozak from backing. I have to wonder if that was worth it, but it looks like Warwick is going down for an early dragon. Drewskii pinging that mid lane winner has gone MIA. Neon following up with the root from Chixxa. Is that an ignite? It's gonna be enough. I guess keeping him from backing was worth it after all. Warwick and Xerath taking that 5-minute dragon.
As expected.
We're starting to see a lot more of the successful poke going on down in the bot lane, and Neon was all alone getting run down by Rozak, had to flash to get away, and pop the barrier and the net just to make sure that she didn't get killed. This did, however, result in Chixxa and Dissident being able to get those Void Grubs. Getting all 3 Void Grubs at the earliest point that they spawn is also an extremely huge benefit. So we're looking at Drewskii with about half mana, nearly full health, and Winner is and almost half dead. It could be a risky move, but I could see Drewskii getting a good dive and retreating through. But I would imagine that it would be wiser to play it safe, avoid getting ganked by Warwick, and just focus on staying ahead in CS, especially when you're already 29 CS up. Another root combo coming out from Starhat and Chu. Starhat doing an excellent job of trying to zone out Kel as well. Whoops. We had some warning pings coming in because they saw that Warwick coming in and the Xerath.
Boom. Headshot.
Just barely missing with that root. Rozak able to avoid too much damage, but his tower is taking so much damage. In comparison, Rozak is down to... Oh! Getting some damage down there. Rozak is sitting at only 1.5 plate, whereas KeltheKelp has at least 3.25. So it seems the pressure has been really on, but Kel has also gotten a lot less CS in this exchange. We'll have to see if they can make it back. Warwick going in with the gank. Neon Toxin getting absolutely caught. Very unfortunate for her. Ooh. A good flash from Winner, getting out away from the dive from Drewskii. Skipping away with just a small amount of health. He's fallen quite far behind in CS, but keeping himself alive is a very important thing. Making sure that he doesn't give Drewskii too much of a lead, even with the gold of the minions. Drewskii following up with a nasty combo and gets the kill! That was an excellent retaliation. It looked like Winner was expecting Dr. Blue Jay to come in just a little bit sooner, but he wasn't fast enough. And now Post is gathering together to take those other 3 Void Grubs. If they get all 6 Void Grubs, that will put them in a very wonderful place for the mid to late game. Void Grubs are such a strong benefit for the entire team. Warwick, however, retaliating by going and getting their 2nd dragon of the game, which means that if Post wants to keep up with them in dragons, they're going to have to take pretty much all of them.
As expected.
A nice root from Chixxa on Rozak. Neon Toxin just trying to focus down that turret, and the ult coming in, and ooh, Rozak uses his own ult to get out alive, but it looks like Dissident has come in, and he's throwing in some damage. Caitlyn with her ace in the hole, but Rozak is just too tanky. He manages to make it out alive. Drewskii is looking very comfortable in this lane. Feels like he's not suffering too much pressure. Ooh! The long-range root just barely missing from Morgana. That Dark Binding would have lasted a while and given Drewskii enough time to definitely put on some damage. And so they have lane swapped back. So now it's Kel versus Rozak. Kel is unfortunately a little bit behind in gold and power because he wasn't able to get as much CS, and Rozak did get a gank from Warwick, which put him in a good position with some gold. Drewskii fleeing from from Dr. Blue Jay, and Kane, Dissident, is right there to follow up. They're putting a lot of damage on Warwick, but his ultimate Infinite Duress is healing for so much. Kane with his own ultimate, and they follow up for the kill. What an excellent display. Drewskii once again going in, but the dive is going to cost him his life. I do have to wonder how much Kel is going to be able to duel against Rozak with his current condition. He's a little bit behind, but Rozak is pushed further back against the towers. Dissident is doing an excellent job of keeping an eye out for Drewskii, staying near that mid lane and coming in whenever Warwick is there. It's just unfortunate that Drewskii got caught with that last ult going in too far. Rozak just running Kel down right now, just putting on as much damage as he can. He's stunned, he's getting more damage, he's throwing out the lightning, and he gets the kill, just barely getting away from the tower. Neon Toxin also following. Oh my goodness, Neon Toxin getting chased down by Warwick and Starhat. Starhat putting on a lot of damage right now. Chixxa with the very clutch Black Shield to save it. We are seeing some very excellent coordination from both teams in this game. They're really pushing objectives. There's not a whole lot of blood on the field between both teams. Just a few kills here and there. Nothing too much. But we see once again, Dissident, Kel, Drewskii all going up for taking those void buffs. Rift Herald is next on their target list. Giving themselves a pretty nice, comfortable gold lead as well. As we all know, objectives means gold, gold means power, power means victory. That Dark Binding just barely missing Starhat once again. But Neon Toxin lands the net. Chixxa unfortunately gets caught by the root from Starhat, then the root from Chuyun, and then the ultimate from Xerath, winner. Neon Toxin running for her life, but it does not matter. That long-range artillery from the mid lane coming down to help his team when they need it most. Bridgewater is getting some more blood. They're trying to make sure that Post knows we are not down and out of this game just yet. KeltheKelp getting run down again by Rozak. He's just taking so much damage, getting pressured, and he can't do anything to fight back. He gets stunned, and he shuts down the tower. Oh my goodness, what an excellent use of his abilities to really take down Kel there, nearly under his tower. Or actually under his tower. Dissident having a duel with Dr. Blue Jay, using his ultimate to survive, and the benefit of having Drewskii there getting enough damage. But now they're taking the Jhin ultimates to the face. Dissident had to dodge out of the way, and unfortunately it just left Drewskii right where the bullet was going. So here we see Dissident following up, trying to make sure that they get the next dragon, but with their mid laner down, I'm not sure that this is the best decision, especially since he has already used his ultimate and his flash. They're basically setting up to give that dragon away for free. Though Starhat is taking a pretty significant amount of poke. And there goes the Dark Binding from Morgana. Neon Toxin just does not have enough health to live. Rozak coming in to apply that punishment. Dissident gets the good shutdown gold on Chuyun. And Neon Toxin gets run down by Rozak and the rest of the team. And it looks like, unfortunately, Post has lost all 3 of the people that were there for that dragon just trying to get it, giving the Bridgewater team the dragon for free. Starhat is doing an excellent job of, staying out, looking, nice and primed for a kill, being at low health, but staying far enough away that she doesn't put herself in too much danger.
Red team has slain the dragon.
That is 3 dragons for the red team.
Turret has been destroyed.
And just like that, that 2,000 gold lead that Post had is starting to slip away with a 2,000 gold lead instead for Bridgewater. Drewskii taking the poke from Chuyun. And we can see that they're really coming in. They want blood. Excellent flash to avoid the infinite duress, but it doesn't matter. With Rozak roaming and the range on Chuyun, they're just dominating the pressure right now. We do see that Dissident, however, has finally gotten his Rost. Chixxa landing an excellent Dark Binding on Starhat, but they weren't able to make a good use of it. Unfortunately, she did get rooted, and now she's taking the damage from Winner and getting just poked down by that ultimate to die. Followed by the root and the stun, more damage, more power, and Warwick is coming in speedy as can be. Warwick with the flash over the wall. Kayn is stuck, he's trapped. All in an effort to save Neon Toxin from that death. Rozak is trapped between Chixxa and Kel, but I don't know if they have the power to really go in on Rozak the way they think they do. Especially not with Dr. Blue Jay just lurking in the woods there. Once more, we have a lot of roaming going on. Starhat going down to support Winner against Drewskii. And now Dissident is there to support Drewskii. Both teams are doing a very great job of trying to be there, protect their teammates, and just roam as much as they can or need to. That stun gets wasted on the Black Shield by Chixxa. Excellent use of that. Neon Toxin applying as much pressure as she can to Chew. She is 2 levels down, 50 CS away. Oh no. Rozak already burned his ultimate. He's to be unstoppable. Chixxa. Oh no! I thought I was going to see the Dark Binding, but it must have been on cooldown. That little lunge in the bite. Giving Rozak another kill. He started out with a really tough lane and was able to just pull it all together. Same with Winner. They were getting shoved down individually, but then, eventually Dr. Blue Jay started making his presence known and Starhat started showing up. Rozak taking advantage of his lead to just smoothly push Kel down to his tower with every opportunity. Chixxa's lurking in the jungle, so she can try to be there for when the dragon's going, but it is costing her a significant amount of experience to be away from her team, away from lanes, and away from minions dying. They do need to prepare for this dragon, however. This is the 4th dragon for Bridgewater, and if they get it, they get Soul. And their 3,000 gold lead extends even further. The tower is shut down with Rozak. KeltheKelp using an excellent amount of sustain. Silences him, but it doesn't matter. Rozak has just so much lifesteal with that bite. Being able to take down those turrets with his ultimate is huge. The Star Hat binding into infinite duress from Dr. Blue Jay. What a combo. But Neon manages to take down Dr. Blue Jay with some, well-earned poke. But Post is getting shoved out of this dragon fight. Chuyun takes down Chixxa and forcing Neon Toxin and Drewskii on the retreat.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So even without Warwick, they could very easily take this dragon, especially since they were gonna have to back and take care of Rozak. We can see is like what started as a fairly consistent lead, like a similar score where Rozak has just taken his gold and run with it, and Kel just struggles to catch up with it. Kane is ahead of the Warwick, or Dr. Blue Jay, and Drewskii is ahead of Winner. A very bold play from Post trying to go for a Baron. Very sneaky Baron, might I add. If they can take this down, this could be a turning point, but Xerath is on his way. He's taking a look. They snagged it, and they are out. Very cheeky, sneaky Baron. Dissident going in 2 vs 1 on Star Hat and Chuyun. That feels like a bit of a bold play, especially with Dr. Blue Jay always lurking around the corner. And that hit, that 4th shot from Jhin, just does so much damage. Rozak has his Hullbreaker, and he's just saying, I don't care who you send, I'm just going to take these towers. You can't stop me. Shoot me all you want.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Winner, Chuyun, and Star Hat are sticking together like a trio, glued together. They don't want to have any part of getting caught out on their own. And so far, it's working out quite well for them. Dr. Blue Jay is attacking and moving so fast. Neon Toxin taking a... Oh no. Chixxa's caught because they had a ward on her. They caught her with a root. She's already burned Black Shield, and Dr. Blue Jay comes in for another kill. She was a bit too deep, trying to get a bit of pressure, trying to pincer the Chuyan and Star Hat. Rozak being chased out by Dissident, but Bridgewater's team is right there lurking in the corner. Again, they're always just never far behind. Dissident doing an excellent job of keeping himself alive in that 3v1, but it did not last. Kel and Drewskii were trying to take down Rozak, but he's just too beefy. Shoving nearly all three inhibitors at the same time. It looks like Bridgewater is setting up to take Elder Dragon to make their final push. Ooh, they caught Dissident with another root. And what an infinite duress, catching the right target. Very, very unfortunate for Post. Not that I think it would have been better for them to catch Neon Toxin, but Dissident being already almost dead. They're really trying to push Rozak. He's getting really, really hard run down. They burned everything to take him down, but I think at this point it might be just a little bit too late. Especially with the Elder Dragon in play. Getting the good Q to pop that Elder Dragon. Winner doing it again on Drewskii. Dissident and Chixxa are all alone trying to defend against all these super minions. It is unfortunately a hopeless cause. Because here come the rest of the team. Landing another clean stun on Chixxa. That game was an absolute masterclass in how to stay calm, hold your own, regroup, and come back to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And while the teams gather back in the lobby, I'm going to take a brief 2-minute step away so that way I can go and grab a drink.
was at the laundromat when he heard. His ear said, Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent maracas smell amazing. You could call them scent maracas, but most noses call them gain scent beads. Try gain scent beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first, before driving through the car wash.
Whoa, 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 no, wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Okay. Now the teams are assembling, and we will be getting back into the draft in just a moment. Okay, and here we have the draft link coming up. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Okay. So coming in with fresh bans and fresh picks, we have Poppy, Pantheon, and Volibear for Post, Fiddle, Zyra, and Malphite for Bridgewater. Bridgewater getting the Maokai this time and also taking Morgana. In retaliation, it looks like Post is taking the Lux. Okay. We are seeing Set and Echo come out. Breaking out those big knuckles. Oh boy. Bridgewater looks like they're locking in Samira. And Thresh. Looks like Bridgewater is going for a little bit of a protect the Samira game. And they're just hoping that she's going to be able to get fed and shred through post. Oh, yep, sorry. You're right. I was so drawn in. Okay. A lot of power and magic damage over on post side. A lot of tankiness and protecting on Bridgewater side. I have a sneaking suspicion that this game is going to be just a little bit more of a bloodbath than the first one. Both teams are locked in, ready to go, and we are jumping into game 2 of this best of 3 set.
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say,
This is ludicrous.
but that won't fix your home.
Okay. We are waiting for that spectator delay to fall away. It was very interesting to see the lane swap attempt on Post's side in the very beginning. And even Bridgewater tried to do the same thing. I'm curious if this is something they're going to try again, or if they're going to just let the, the beefy guys in the top lane just duke it out. Bare knuckle brawl versus Mace. Okay. And we are getting started.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Optimism and rainbows. Get that out of here.
Ooh, Winner hanging out in the mid lane with the Thresh. Interesting. I had actually expected Thresh to be down in the support, but I can see where it might be beneficial, being a little bit tankier, being able to flay the LeBlanc. Just like that, Drewskii going in with a good first poke, and Winner being able to flay them back. Chixxa doing an excellent job of landing the passive procs. Kel getting caught up in Mordekaiser's passive is not a good feeling, but Chixxa lands the binding and forces the heal Winner going in with the hook, but I don't know if he has enough damage to really poke back at Drewskii. That pull Q combo is just so strong on Mordekaiser, especially against somebody who can't really get out of it as easily. Looks like Drewskii tried to go in for a little bit of poke with their teleport. Missed the damage and had to get out of there. Neon Toxin doing a very good job putting the traps, you know, up near the top, kind of keeping them angled, forcing their opponents to really like stay near the bottom or very high up, and not really in a great opportune spot to try and fight back. Star Hat just trying to throw out some poke where they can, get a little bit of gold. Dissident getting chased by Dr. Blue Jay. Getting the shield up and forcing Dr. Blue Jay to retreat. Once again, going in on Dissident, but that Q chomp for the heal. Oh no, the shield was too slow! Giving first blood to Dr. Blue Jay again. That is so harsh. Oh, that is heartbreaking. But Drewskii is there for the kill. Taking that trade. Getting a little bit of gold for himself. Excellent roam by Drewskii. Taking advantage of LeBlanc's ability to get around pretty quickly. Landing the binding is Chixxa, following up with an E. Neon Toxin wasn't able to drop the trap fast enough. I'm not sure if light binding lasts long enough, but Drewskii is all alone without minions right now. Getting more damage out, double buffs. I don't think they have a whole lot to worry about. Dark binding from Star Hat onto Chixxa, but it doesn't do enough damage. And another binding from Chixxa. Just doing an excellent job at keeping the pressure up. Kel is staying back. Oh! Dissident coming in for the gank far away. Drewskii hit the flash, but it wasn't able to follow up. Chixxa and Neon are doing an excellent job keeping the pressure up. They're staying forward, they're pushing, and they're not taking a lot of poke. They are running themselves quite low on mana. So is Star Hat. But the range differential between Caitlyn and Samira is a very difficult hurdle for Chuyun to make up for, I imagine. At least until they get some help or land some, you know, longer crowd control. Post has wards lining up the river right now. Excellent ward coverage. Dr. Blue Jay trying to be a little sneaky and take an early dragon. Forced him to flash out of it. So it looks like Post might be able to get this dragon quite easily right now. Drewskii doing a great job keeping that damage down. Forcing Winner on the back foot. Rozak pinging for the Void Grubs, knowing that Post was able to come in and snatch the dragons from them. But Post does have vision there, so they should be able to see this, I believe. Let's take a peek. They can see them. What a good hook from Winner, but it wasn't enough, and Drewskii was able to just say, yeah, you hooked me, so what? Take some of this poke. Take some of this damage. I run this lane. I think it was smart of Post to give up the first Void Grubs, knowing that Dr. Blue Jay was able to beat them there in the first place. And, you know, Mordekaiser, or Rozak, is Sticking quite close. He was ready to go down if necessary. Another hook from Winner. Just throwing out a little bit of damage on Drewskii. KeltheKelp getting pulled into Mordekaiser's ultimate. Oh, he's being chased out. He's not able to take him very far. Echo is here for the save, but Kel is already very low. He's forcing him back. Dissident doing as much damage as he can, but he might have to retreat as well. Rozak is just so tanky, so beefy, especially after siphoning the power from Kel. Drewskii going in once again, landing the root, but he gets hooked. Good job using the blink to get out. Dissident's coming in. He's staying a little far. Oh no! Drewski's going for that bold kill! And he takes the turret shot for the death. It did give an assist to Dissident, but I wonder if it was really worth giving Winner a kill in general to dive for it. A Dark Binding landed right on top of Neon Toxin was all they needed for Dr. Blue Jay to come in with that snowball, and they were ready to clean up. Rozak is doing great at avoiding getting hit by that shield. Forcing Kel back. Cross-binding! Unfortunately for Chixxa, being low on mana and taking a lot of that poke, she came out on the raw end of that. Drewskii goes for the dash, but gets hooked into the snowball anyway. Ouch! That was a good attempt to escape, but an excellent hook from Winner. Well-aimed Q from Neon Toxin, getting caught with that binding again. It is really difficult, it seems, for Neon Toxin to really dodge the bindings from Morgana and from Lux. Dissident doing an excellent job using his own ult to get out of there, but he gets pulled into Mordekaiser's Shadow Realm, and he doesn't have his ult. He just has to hope that Set can come down, but KeltheKelp wasn't able to help. Good use of the blade shield. They're going in for the kill. Oh, but he gets pulled! They did not anticipate that he had his ult, and they just killed Dr. Blue Jay for it. A little bit of shutdown gold never hurt anybody. Unless you're the one that has to fight it. And the pull with the turret! Kel really could have applied that pressure and taken the kill, but he got scared because he was so low, and the tick damage from the turret hadn't gone off yet. That was really unfortunate. He could have had a good double kill to take a good, strong lead, or at the very least to catch up. Looks like they are trading Void Grubs for dragons this time. 3 each and 1 dragon each. Starhat is doing an excellent job landing those bindings. Just throwing them out, catching them every time. Winner is just landing these hooks on Drewskii. But the damage... Oh my goodness, what a blink to get away from the snowball. I don't know if it'll help Drewskii get away. because Nunu is just so fast and so, you know, able to get around. Thresh is coming around the side, but LeBlanc is speedy and gets caught by the hook again. Chixxa lands an excellent binding full combo onto Star Hat, the Black Shield providing enough damage or protection to keep her from getting immediately killed. But the Morgana's coming in with her own ultimate, and Samira throwing hers as well. Such a dangerous combo, forcing Chixxa and Neon Toxin to split up. How did they make it out of that alive? Dissident taking a clean kill in mid lane. What a fight in the bot lane. Both teams going in, both teams getting low, and both of them making it out alive.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Ooh, that was an interesting grab. He gets pulled out of his flash by the ultimate, and Kel just keeps trying to run. He's doing everything he can to get away. But it's not enough! Mordekaiser's just too strong! Rozak doing a little bit of proxying to follow up after a clean kill. A great catch with that hook when Drewskii was coming in. Rozak just stalling out, trying to let the minions do as much damage and die to the tower. Another hook by Winner. Drewskii doing the dash, doing the hook herself. Sorry, the leash. Great dodge of the snowball. A good corner binding from Chixxa. Neon Toxin trying to follow up, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to use Ace in the Hole to get that final blow. Kel is getting just run down and chased down by the Mordekaiser again. He's just so strong. What do you do? Especially when Dr. Blue Jay is always right there on the way. That Ravenous, or Titanic Hydra, is doing an excellent job of just poking Drewskii through the minions. Drewskii oh! Dr. Blue Jay coming in and getting the kill with the dive. I think it was a mistake that Drewskii teleported back. I don't think that he meant to do that. Either way, it was a good catch by Dr. Blue Jay. Dissident's coming down to bot lane to try and get a little bit of an assist. But he was forced off, it looks like? He was going to stop Dr. Blue Jay from coming down again. Winner is there. Chixxa getting the kill on Dr. Blue Jay, but they're taking down Dissident and Chixxa together with Winner coming in from the teleport. Chuyan and Star Hat are taking this opportunity to really just tear down that tower. Post signaling that they're going to be going for Dragon. They know it's up. But it's a matter of what can they do. You know, it's a 4-on-4 and Bridgewater is doing an excellent job of just keeping up the pressure, not letting Post get any breathing room. Drewskii getting run down by Winner as the fight breaks out. Rozak with the teleport in to help at Dragon, and KeltheKelp doesn't have Telly to go help. Dissident is just trying to survive and fight as best he can, but he's going to have to get out of there. He doesn't even have his ultimate anymore.
Witness the singularity.
Drewskii having to use ultimate to double dash away. But can they get away from this one? The flash! Excellent flash getting out, but Dr. Blue Jay doesn't care. He comes in under the tower, he uses his ultimate, and kills Dissident and Chixxa under the tower before getting killed himself. What an intense, insane play by Dr. Blue Jay. He knew he was dead, he started his ultimate and just blew up them both because he knew that they were low and he had Shadow Flame for the crit. Star Hat with another clean binding as Dr. Blue Jay just comes running down the mid lane. Another fight breaking out with Chixxa and Winner in the jungle. So they did just see Dr. Blue Jay, so I think that this is a very very bold and ill-advised play. Yeah, Star Hat catching Neon Toxin and they just run her down. Dr. Blue Jay going under the tower again with a Dark Binding. The tower from helping out Dissident to get that kill. Excellent play by Dissident to come in and help. Oh my goodness! Dissident going hard with his ultimate to do enough damage to get that execute off and get away. Using the move speed benefits, Echo is an absolutely, mind-boggling champion sometimes. So we're kind of falling back to reset positions. Winner is looking to get some deep wards in, make sure that he doesn't get snuck up on. But everybody's just focusing on farming a bit right now. Kel is trying to chase him down, but he catches the flay. The binding from Chixxa just barely not reaching. Oh no, Winner caught him with the hook. And now Rozak is there, ready to just mow down Neon Toxin. She's helpless and alone in Brazil. An excellent catch by Dissident and Chixxa, taking out Chuyan. But Bridgewater is really trying to control that top jungle in the process. Dissident really trying hard to go in and get some damage. He wasn't able to get the shield stun, unfortunately. So, Winner and Star Hat are going to both get out. Between Black Shield and Lantern, I would imagine that would be a very, very difficult group to gank. and catch by surprise. Post trying to go in and get some vision. Trying not to get too caught out. Once more, they don't have their full team with them, but Kel is on the way. Dr. Blue Jay getting rooted with the snowball. That is actually quite good. He isn't able to do... Ooh, forcing Dissident to use his ultimate early, and he can't even use it for damage. Kel is falling back a little too far. Now he uses the ultimate, but he doesn't catch it on the enemy team. Dissident gets shut down at the same time as Winner. Samira comes in with the ultimate and just starts blasting. Drewskii wasn't able to finish off Chuyun right there, and Chixxa is having to retreat, throw out the shield. They just got run out of that jungle fight. A good attempt at trying to snatch that dragon with an ultimate.
Brilliant.
Looking at the gold disparity between the teams, you wouldn't think that it's as, you know, as one-sided so far as it looks. Neon Toxin is really struggling to farm and stay alive. Anytime she's out and about alone, she just gets caught, and Winner is on his way again with Rozak to just punish her. The whole Bridgewater came running up to catch Neon Toxin by herself. Just a little bit out of position. Oh no! Dissident able to use his ultimate to save himself, but I don't know if he's going to live. He's getting chased down by Samira. Set using the ultimate, but he uses it to try and escape. Wasn't able to get the finishing blow on Dr. Blue Jay, and Chuyun had the ultimate ready. Charged up, ready to go if necessary. And the snipe from Chixxa takes out Chuyun. Excellent use of Final Spark. But Winner's just going to catch her with a hook and chase her down anyway. The damage on that Thresh is just crazy right now. Drewskii and Neon Toxin are getting a little bit thirsty for these kills, but it's putting them into position to get ganked again. They don't have enough vision, you know, to warrant just being so bold with their plays. Kel just getting hooked and rooted and binded and ulted. Chixxa going to try and help and save him. Neon forcing them to split up. But the Lantern from Winner bringing Star Hat right in. Drewskii catching Star Hat all alone in the back there. Just going right on through Winner. Dissident following up with a double kill. Excellent teamwork from Post. Following up with a Baron since they're all right there. And it doesn't look like there's any vision of Baron other than the Rift Scuttler. And with the Rift Scuttler there, I don't even think that Team Bridgewater saw them. What a cheeky Baron. Again, Post is getting a lot of those. Kel is all alone with a snowball on the way. Caught out. Oh no. There's been a lot of times where Dr. Blue Jay has come out of their jungle to catch them with a snowball from behind. Post needs to really try and keep their vision behind them rather than in front of them, because that's where a lot of the action's coming from. But I think the instinct is that, you know, for most players, is that you want to try to look forward. In this case, they are being put heavily on the defensive, however. Woof, that attack speed. Neon Toxin's all alone again, but Chixxa is coming in, as is Dissident. They weren't able to land a binding. Oh no, Dissident goes in. Oh my goodness, and the combo catches Dr. Blue Jay and just bursts him down instantly. Dissident isn't able to use his ultimate before he gets killed. Samira following up, throwing out her ult, mowing everybody down. Kel gets dragged into Mordekaiser's Shadow Realm again, this time thankfully not taking too much damage from it. An interesting Zanyas. But it doesn't matter. Mordekaiser's just so big, he's so tanky, he's so strong. Drewskii just trying to give his team some bonus gold to, you know, push with that Baron buff. Bridgewater College now has 3 Fire Dragons and Fire Soul. So that explosive damage is going to just get even more explosive. Post did a great job at targeting Dr. Blue Jay, but I don't think they expected the whole team to collapse as quickly as they did. And I think Dissident was trying to use his ultimate defensively rather than offensively rather than defensively. Oh, the Black Shield. Oh, see, just like that, the ultimate coming in, dealing a bunch of damage, and then following up with that burst damage. Forcing the flash is Rozak, but there's 4 of them here. I wonder if they could take on the Mordekaiser all by by themselves. He does have ultimate, so if things go sour, he can use it. And Post left Kel on his own. They didn't go help him. They were too afraid to go in. This is going to leave them without a proper tank. They don't have an ult from Dissident to, to fight with. Drewskii is still just pushing bottom. And Dissident going in again, just destroying Dr. Blue Jay's health pool in seconds. That burst damage is crazy. Neon Toxin's not really shooting at Rozak as he's taking down Dissident. They really need to try and focus together. She was taking out minions, and Chixxa was mostly just helping Neon Toxin. Dissident is a man on a mission fighting for his life against Dr. Blue Jay and just trying to burn him down every time. Drewskii, on the other hand, is just pushing each lane as hard as they can both ways. They go top, then they go bottom. Oh no, they get hit. They get caught and weren't able to use their ultimate, and they died for it, getting caught in their own jungle. I think Post's biggest disadvantage is that they assume that people are alone way too often. So they go in for fights that they think they can win, and then just end up getting caught alone. Dr. Blue Jay just kind of sitting off to the side dancing there. Running down mid with a snowball again. Excellent route by Chixxa, but it doesn't matter because she gets hit by the running snowball anyway. And it takes her life for it. A double hit on that snowball. Excellent pull and a shield by Kel. Unfortunately, not able to follow up with the ultimate because they just get killed a little too quickly. But Dissident goes in, does a bunch of damage, and then has to retreat. As does Drewskii, getting nearly killed in that exchange. And getting hooked this time means Dissident is primed for the killing. Chuyun just running up, throwing a quick Q to take out Neon Toxin as well. Things are looking very bleak for Post right now. They're just not able to retaliate against the damage and the pressure that Bridgewater is throwing at them, and with Winner just landing all these hooks back to back to back. Excellent route from Chixxa, but the Black Shield is going to keep him from taking too much damage from her. And Chixxa with the snipe on Star Hat, I thought for sure she was going to try and go for Rozak, but I suppose there was a good instant, like she was going to be certain that Star Hat was going to die, so it's probably the safer pick. Now Bridgewater is going and taking their own Baron. Post does have vision on this, but there's not really a whole lot that they're able to do for it. They're mostly just forced to kind of stay on the back foot, farm as much as they can, and stay out of trouble. Neon Toxin is, again, all alone. Dissident going in for that burst all over again, but he gets hooked for his trouble and gets caught by the snowball again. Can't even use his ultimate to save himself. Rozak with the clean Zanya's Hourglass to protect himself, killing him with the ultimate. Interesting. Like there was just so much happening, I didn't even notice who got killed. Drewskii is trying to follow up with the damage, but the Elder Dragon is too much. Ooh, Chase with a flash, trying to get a cheeky little ult there, but it doesn't matter, just getting hooked by Winner again. The hooks have been the bane of Post's existence. Chuyun diving under tower with that Elder Dragon just makes it so easy to just kill someone very quickly. Ooh, Dr. Blue Jay gets taken out by the tower. I don't think that he cares or that it matters. They're able to burst down Dissident once again before his ultimate is up and ready to go. And it looks like this is the game. What a very just dominant display from Bridgewater College. Let's take a look at some of the stats, their damage and see who was, hitting the hardest. Chixxa was doing an excellent job keeping up with Dissident. But yeah, the spread is just so much. I was not expecting Thresh to do that much damage as a solo mid laner. Though I suppose there was a reason why he did play in solo lanes sometimes. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I have been your caster, Mesi. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow for more esports matches, and I will catch you in the next game. Bye-bye!